There, sorry, hit the wrong button there. Welcome. So far I see Mark Shu has joined. I just lost my chat. Hang on. Yeah, only person I see is Shu so far. So welcome to the stream, Mark. And somebody else just joined. Tonight, wow. That is some serious latency. Donnie lied. That is some serious latency. Nice. Oh, never mind. Thought I had latency. What it was I inadvertently pushed the button. I inadvertently pushed the, when I turned off the sound, I dropped back in the stream. So now I'm actually caught up. Let me see. Okay, that's not too bad. It's a little bit more than normal. I apologize for the cord running through the screen right now. So yeah, actually I'm not doing the Enterprise. For right now, I'm kind of burnt out on all of those windows. It will come back soon, but I decided I would do the Ghostbusters car because it hasn't been on screen in, let's see, it's the 13th of July, so let's call it 42 days. So that's the plan for tonight. Look through, there's going to be a lot of wiring, and next time I do the Ghostbuster, I believe that I start on the actual body of the car. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys have been watching the stream, yeah, you do. You're a bit behind, but that's okay because, like I said, lots and lots of windows. But if you guys have been watching the streams between my live stream last week, the Sunday stream, did quite a bit of work on the Pearl. You can see her right there. Parts of the right side, I think that's the port side, are now done. And I need to just do these windows because I realized the mistake I made. I've only got to fix this set of windows here to get it correctly. Get these cannon ports, not windows, these cannon ports in right. What else is going on? Nothing really. Started back to work after a week off. Rough. Madhouse at work trying to catch up, but that's how it goes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the build. Switch cameras real quick. Nope, not that one. That one. Just as a reminder for anybody who hasn't seen this in a while, that's the size of the car right now. Got the back part here, the ambulance part where the gurneys would go, the seat, dash is not yet connected, the hood, and tonight I'll actually look through. We're going to be connecting the dash and the internal framing, or the internal bucket, I guess you'd call it, to the frame, because like I said, next time I work on this, I think I'll be putting body parts on. So many windows to click on. So first things first, let's see, it's going to be Part 63. This is the parts for stage 63. You've got this panel here that goes on the floor, and several boxes that get attached to it. I believe they are. Let's see. We got the latitude, longitude processors, front and rear, and the AN-UNH-6 magnetic tape sound reproducer. So these are I believe these are the front, these are the rear, could be backwards. This is the sound producer and several screws. And stage 64, not a whole lot going on there. You've got Telefunken radio control box, or AR Telefunken SB329 AR control boxes, another control box here, and then the gurney floor tracks. This is going to be the busiest part of the build tonight. 65D. If you have built the Ecto 1, you'll recognize it. If not, you'll see them, or if you haven't gotten it yet, you'll see them soon. These supports go under the vehicle while you're building it. That way you can, have it lifted up off the ground. We've got the PCB and the wires. We've got the speaker that goes into it. Lots of wiring. This in stage 65, and then stage 66 is more wiring. Stage 66, I'll actually be able to start testing some of the lights if I have batteries in the gas tank battery box. So let me go ahead and cut open stage 63. And unlike the last time I did this, I have everything here. I've got my screw boxes here. I've got the screwdrivers. Hey GB, welcome to the stream. So, let's see. First things first, let me peel this off. It is, Donnie. It's the Ecto prize. I'll be mounting nacelles on it later. Kind of funny, I see 3 people in the chat. Hang on, actually it says top chat, so let me switch it to live chat. Still, I see 3 people in the chat, and it says I have two viewers, so YouTube's lying to me, which is normal. Donnie, you know what it is? YouTube lied to you. That's exactly what happened. So this here has got some box or indents on the top that will go into the boxes. I feel a little bit of little bump right here where they disconnected it from the sprue. It's not, shouldn't affect anything. So 63B. Oh, sorry, Donnie. I wanted to do the Ecto. Every time I look up, there's an accusation from Donnie saying, but it's not the Enterprise. Just realized I've got a glass full of ice over here that is going to start sweating everywhere. Let me fold up a napkin so that it doesn't make everything, soak everything. Pop that open. So these are the latitude, longitude, processor, font parts, and they should be facing opposite directions. So this part here is basically how I can tell which way to start this, because it's on the front here, or at least the front. No, actually, it ends up being the back once it's built. These will slide on here, and there is, good thing, there is a pinhole. There's a pin right there on each of them. Actually, not too bad detail. Other than that white, it's just a box. And then there's pinholes here and here, so you can't put them in wrong. So that one will go in there, maybe. Interesting. Doesn't want to fit the pin. Okay, I'm just missing it. There we go. It fit perfect from the other side, so I was like, it has to go in here. And it was just, let me see if this one is going to fit easily as well. And what can happen with these is that when they put the paint on them, diameter gets a little bit larger on the pin, and so it doesn't fit in the hole it's supposed to. But there's both of those. Well, there was both of those in place. Both of those in place, and if I can get it to sit upside down, I'll put the screws in. And it needs AP screws, which usually AP screws are black. But these are all AP screws, and they're all silver. So I will be not dumping them out, keeping them out so that I can just get them. And Donnie, not to disappoint you, but I'm probably going to start doing a rotating stream like I did originally. That way I don't get burnt out on the stream. Let's see. There's one. They don't fit in the Enterprise. I checked. And the Enterprise is actually in a completely other room. It would take me a half hour to get everything over here. Come on, you were in there. There we go. And I do know that, Donnie, that I left the Enterprise halfway through the last issue. Well, you know, Donnie, I know the best way you can see the Enterprise each and every week. So, there's those attached. These flanges sticking out the front and the back. So next parts that go on, or next parts that go on are these, which have a lot more detail. They go on to these little spots here. Hey, Two Toes. So were you ever able to actually get in, GB? Because if not, Kenny has updated the link, and it should send you straight in, and it's always the same link. It should always be a good link. It doesn't expire. These parts here both face these, what are they, 63C. Oh, the latitude and longitude rear parts both face towards the rear of the vehicle with the what looks almost like speakers. Any idea? Are you talking how to delete your profiles or delete it from your machine, GB? Yes, it is the Ghostbusters car. There's two of those. Actually, I'm going to just dump these out here so I don't have to fight with them. One each screw goes in the bottom of each of these. It feels like that point is just a hair too large. Let me see. Yeah, I only have 3 cross points, and this one doesn't feel quite right either. Couldn't be this one. Now that one won't work. Go back to the larger one. I know that some guys are on Discord right now, or I would expect. Sometimes there's chat going on Discord while I'm streaming, and I catch up later. But I know that Spence went through and deleted a few of the profiles you had built and weren't able to get into. Well, we actually thought we had one that you were actually able to get into. Yeah, try the link off of HobbyLink International, because he's reset it to where it should be a permanent link instead of an expiring link. So, and that is the front and rear latitude and longitude processors all installed. Sorry guys, I gotta pause to take a drink. It's 78 degrees in here and very humid. And so the last piece here, okay, it's supposed to be a magnetic tape sound recorder. And again, actually this one has no pin. You just have to look at it on the picture and see that these 2 flanges on this side here face this direction. That's cool. Didn't enter anything, and went for the vendors. So did you pick anything up? And GB, if nobody's on, we'll do it this weekend. We'll find time this weekend to get it fixed. See what we can do to get you fixed. Kenny will be back in town too, so he may be able to help. Okay, so that's attached, and it's got the details here facing the back. There we go. So now let me go ahead and put these AP screws in here. Put them away. and clear a lot of space off of the bench because I got to bring over the body of the car, which means first I got to pull the dash off. Actually, it's AP screws. I put the AP screws away too quickly. Not bad. Not bad at all. So get this out of the way. Let's see. I'm going to very gently pull this up off of here because the steering wheel or the steering column was coming through here. Let me turn this around. Oh yeah, staple there. This was actually in the area where I hung the, it wasn't under it when I did it, but when I hung the Millennium Falcon, it was close to where it could get stuff on it, so I gotta go in here and dust it. So this is gonna sit on here, and you can see there's lugs here, corresponding holes here, and the screws will go through. And that's why I've actually got the silver screws so that it shows well here. Wow, that was a good deal there, GB. Or I'm sorry, too tall, not GB. Lost my mind for a second there. So, put my hand under here to brace them just a little bit. Not so much on this first one, but on these ones further back I'll need to. I almost wonder if my little battery powered Dremel would drive these screws or if it's just go too fast. I'm guessing it would probably go too fast and chew up the heads. This one is almost too close. Get my hand over here so I can really support it. And last one. You can ask these guys, too talls. I ain't selling many kits. Eric gets one occasionally, buys one for me occasionally. Hey Kenny, you're late. You're missing the Ecto. But yeah, occasionally I'll sell Eric a kit because I've got too many. I'm over 450 as it is now. Although, I believe GB said he's over 2,600 or was it 4,600? Okay, so that's the end of this stage. Got these parts on here now. I think the next stage I still need still need the internal box of the car. Actually, I figured this out the other day. Well, you just moved too, Kenny. Of course, I moved about 250 of those kits. I never did clip these things off. Yeah. Well, I picked mine. We need professional help. So, Mark, do you mean I need professional help, or do you mean Too Tall and Kenny need professional help because their kits or their stashes are so small? Okay, so let me cut these parts loose. There it is. I don't need help. It's called retirement planning. In 6 years, when I'm retired and don't have the disposable income I have now, I won't be buying kids. Actually, I'm lying to myself. I may not be buying smaller kits, but if these are still coming out, things like this, I'll still be buying. And actually, somebody go over to Discord and tell Eric he's missing the screen. Eric is who really wins, because I think he's got like, well, let's see, I know he's got at least 3. I know because I sold them to him. No. I stock up by just buying them when I see them. You know, if I see a kit that I want, if I've got the money, I buy it. Okay, so this is the Telefunken SB329 AR control box. Oh no, this is not the control box. This is the control box. Both control boxes. So one of them is going to go. Eric, we were just talking about you. How many kits do you have in your stash? I know it's like 3 or 4. So that one goes here. And this one goes right here. I couldn't see it from my vantage point because I'm on the other side of the car from it. So let me see. Okay. Pretty sure you saw the holes here. There's 2 more holes right here. These lugs on here will go into. While I was just brushing that, I didn't see this. Like I said, guys, I've got sheetrock dust all over the car right now. So see, Kenny? Eric wins. Eric, we were just talking about who has the lowest amount of kits, I guess. It became a contest suddenly. Yeah, there is that. 6 or 7 kits, he could be working with those for years. So AP, IP, and OP. OPs are a new kind of screw. And I've said it before, but it bears repeating. If the type of screw, on an Eagle Moss build at least, if the type of screw ends in a P, that means it goes into plastic. If it ends in an M, it goes into metal. So these are all P screws, so they're going to go into plastic tonight. I believe there's going to be some M screws later on. So for these first parts, yeah, these are all going to be AP screws. These first four. So let me put 4 out. Put the rest of them away and start attaching pieces. So I'm going to do the easy ones first, which are right here. Just thread it in there for right now. Oh yeah! Ow! You didn't try and pressure wash yourself, did you, Kenny? Or were you just trying to cool down after mowing that yard? Ouch. That's some serious pressure. So did you actually rip your skin off? Or did it just feel like it? And hopefully it wasn't too bad. Nice catch. You know they use they use water as a cutting blade, depending on the pressure. Let's see that. Do one more last check on here. Okay, that's got that in there. Turn this up on its side and turn it around. That's one thing about these models over the years that it takes to build them. Looking at the bottom side here, and it is dusty. These things get really dusty in the time it takes to build them, because I want to say this one is going to take 3 years for me to get all the parts. Again, trying to put a black screw into a black hole, or into a hole in black plastic, is sometimes gets interesting. Nope, that's still really loose. Let me see if I got a better screwdriver for that, because that is not going at all. Let's try this one. I've got the old screwdrivers DeLorean as well. I don't remember what kit this one came from, but that one actually did the trick. Would be nice if it was a little bit closer and curved around that edge here, but I don't think it's going to be visible except for maybe from this side once the car is actually built. So now let me move this back a little bit. I need the OP screws. And there's going to be like 20 of them. And these tracks. These are all identical, but you can see there's a lip on here, and that lip is, there's going to be one on either side so that wheels can actually run in here. Oh, that's cool. So they will stock your boards and ship them out from the UK, which that solves a headache for you and everybody in the UK who wants to get the boards. I actually saw, I don't remember the name, but I saw somebody talking about the HLI boards on Facebook the other day. And it wasn't somebody from the community. It was somebody who found the boards and was looking at them. So word of mouth is getting the info about those boards out. This one's just not letting me go into the hole. I don't want to screw up the screw heads because they could be a little bit visible at least. Let me try this. It's got a smaller head on it. Much better. Once I have them all started, then I can really torque down on it and get the screws all the way down. Come on. Why do I? It looks like it's threaded. Actually, last I checked, Kenny, you didn't have any 001s. I think you're out. Unless you got some in the past few days. Come on. These screws are not playing nice. They are tiny. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Wait, I thought Kelly was in charge of shipping. Or is she vice president in charge of making Kenny ship them? Try lifting this. Just a hair. That's not playing nice either. Try this smaller head screwdriver. See if I can get it to actually tighten. That ain't good. I'm not positive where this knob just came off of. There it is. I don't know if you can see it. It came off of the black right down here. Nope, that's not. Oh, and that's why. Don't be me, I'm trying to put it in backwards. There's a large pin side. And the small button side. I'm trying to put the pin on the outside. It's an odd shaped pin. There. If I don't touch it, it won't come out. That one's down. That one's got good. Get my hand up under here. Let me pull this forward a little bit so you guys can see where I'm actually working. I did not realize I was working off camera, guys. Sorry about that. My first day back after 10 days was busy. Very, very busy. People took care of some stuff for me while I was out. Some stuff I needed when I got back. It was like I had to sort out where it was at and get stuff going. Actually, this was day 2 back. And it's kind of funny because I got a phone call yesterday from one of the people who was taking care of my stuff, and she used to do the same job I'm doing. She'd been promoted a while, or about a year and a half ago. And she is like, I forgot how busy this job was. People have become very impressed. People get very impressed when they figure out how much I actually do on a daily basis. Because we all have a certain amount of stuff that we deal with for purchase requests and things like that. It's just that I have the largest program. Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's okay. I do have some good people that do my purchase requests though. I'm just the money man who makes sure everything's right before it goes to contracting. Yeah, this screwdriver's going to work a lot better. A lot smaller head. Not good. I don't see it. just lost a screw, but I'm guessing I've got enough to, it's not going to matter. How many emails did I sift through? Let me think. I started the day at 107, got down to 77, but I had other emails all day long, so probably around 50 or 60 that I sorted through today. But I had to sort. I was sorted through some documents, which was what I needed to get done before I could really get back into it. Most of that's done. I'll do some more of it tomorrow, and once I get those all sorted, 60, 70 emails are going to be easy to get rid of in one day, and not by going Control-A, delete. That's cheating. I missed, there it is. I knew I missed one. Don't let anybody fool you guys. The government runs on email. If the email goes down, nobody knows what to do. So let me make sure that all 5 of these are tight. Looking forward to when I have the gurney in here, because then I can put the backpacks in here. Double check, nothing left in there. 2 more of these to go on, 1 each direction. Sorting through emails is the easy part. It's the work that goes with them. And I will build cars like this one all day long. I have no problem with that. Of course, you probably get hot and sweaty in that building those cars too. While I'm in my house. Right now, 3 out of 5 days, I'm in my house. No, I want to build these kind of cars. Model cars are better to build. Oh, climb poles? Nah, I have this thing. I didn't see that, Kenny. I have this thing called a fear of heights. I'm not climbing poles. But it's funny because I have a fear of heights, but I have a 20-year-old wooden 6-foot ladder that I will get up on the top of and rock it back and forth. I used to work up on the had to do some work sometimes on the tail sections of F-16s, and that's like 20, 25 feet in the air. That didn't bother me. Don't trust him, Kenny. Eric can't even navigate stairs right now. pretty sure it would. Of course, you're also up there with those high tension wires and have to know which wire is the wrong one to grab. Grab the wrong wire and you will not let go. Three more of these to tighten the rest of the way up. Yeah. Well, and just remember, Eric, actually we were talking about grabbing high tension wires. I was going to say, if you fall off a boom truck, it's not the fall that kills you. It's that sudden stop at the end. Some shady wiring above you. Oh, when you're working, say hello to Kelly and Elaine. Yeah, it only gives you curly hair if it's long enough to curl. Yeah, I don't blame you. My brother, he runs a sign company in Anchorage. He came up to Fairbanks one time and was up on the top of his 120-foot boom truck, and he just started rocking it back and forth, and I was like, "You're crazy." And he was not belted in. Okay, so that's got these tracks built in here, and these are going to be for the gurney that takes that holds the unlicensed nuclear accelerator, the proton packs. It will sit in here something like that on top of the gurney. Yeah, well, Kenny, it was also the early 80s, and my brother's a fool when it comes to some of that stuff. So now this I get to lay in for real. I've put it in here multiple times just to fit. If you can see, let me see if I can get the light on it just right. Maybe not. Okay, you can see there you go. There's holes, multiple holes through it that line up with these 4 holes here. There's 4 holes on here, 4 holes there. All the wires have got to come out here. Let me see if I can get this to line up. Right now it's just sitting there because there's no screws in it, but I need 4 IP screws. And oh, by the way, there was still 1 OP screw left when I got done. So losing that one was not a big deal. Actually, I'm going to need a total of 8 IPs because 4 are going to go in from the bottom. The first one I'm going to pop in is here. Okay, that one's threaded. This one is threaded. And I saw some comments from somebody on Facebook today about these wires. The same wires that I did completely wrong because they're labeled. The way they're labeled doesn't make any sense. you have to actually, and I've started reading some of the words because of that, you have to actually read the words, and it will tell you the colors of those wires that are supposed and where they're supposed to plug into. Just when I did that part, I was really a little bit irritated. Shh, don't tell anybody about Kenny and his leather belts. What you guys don't see, I don't think. Maybe. Yeah, you see it a little bit. As I'm putting these screws in, I'm pushing it down, and this part is lifting up and bouncing. So 4 more IP screws, not AP. It's okay, Kenny. We won't tell anybody else. Once everybody knows, there's nobody else to tell. Instead of flipping this all the way over, I'm just going to flip it up on its side. That's just overspray, okay. I was looking at this and it looks like dust, but it's just overspray. And so there's, let me see if I can get this to where you can see it. There's two holes here, same on the other side, that line up with holes in the bottom of the dash, which is going to make this actually a pretty solid piece in the front. It's not lining up. Sorry, I pulled the car out of screen again. That's lined up. So let me get this one in. And I'll tighten these two down and turn it over. Okay, you can see there, that is really solid. It's not going to go anywhere. You turn it over this way, and you can, that's perfect angle. You can see that how it's got some flex. Once I put these screws in, it'll be solid just like the other side. And I actually tightened that one all the way in. Hopefully this one isn't going to give me any problems because of that. Nah, it's going in. And that is the end of stage 64. Interior of the car is actually coming together rather nicely. So the PCB, just looking, where does that fit? Okay, let me move the interior out of the way. Careful not to hold it wrong and have it snap in half. That would be just really sad. I'd cry a lot. Then I'd call up Eagle Moss and find out how much it would cost me to get a new tub. Okay. Oof. This thing only weighs about 15 or 20 pounds right now. Main body of the car. Like I said, you can see how dusty it gets. Get this. I need a bigger duster. X-Wing is not finished. X-Wing is at the halfway point, so it's going to also start getting back into the roundup. Holy moly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see one. I see one. 6, so that's 3, 6, 9. If I can remember how the power supply is wired. Well, before I determine that that's what I gotta do, I'll be right back. I'm going to go in search of AAA batteries. Okay, I am back, and I have a total of 3 out of 6 AAA batteries that I need. Although I think I may have some around here, some others around here. I almost did, Donnie, but if I'd have grabbed the Enterprise, it wouldn't have been to build it, it would have been to strip batteries out of it. Still contemplating whether I'm going to do that. But I think what I can do, being the electronic genius that I am, I can probably blow up my power supply. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like I should be able to hit the points on there, the positive and negative, and actually do it that way. What would be really no take Enterprise batteries. Yes, it would become the Ecto prize if I took the Enterprise batteries. Put the power pack back together. If it'll go back together. Putting batteries in this is going to really suck when I'm trying to do it with the car completely built. No, those are too well. I might not be able to test lights tonight. Boom, no more Ecto? I don't think so. I just will hold off on the light tests until next go round, because all the lights are in by the time you test. Okay, so fitting the PCB, there it is. Sitting here looking, trying to figure out where this pack that I said is going to have a lot to it. I just have to have the wife order some more AAAs, or I'll order some more AAAs. Set this up here. Like I said earlier, these actually came with these little parts here. Came with the Ecto, not the Ecto, with the DeLorean, body's is actually gonna be what holds. They'll go on to. They came with the DeLorean so that you could prop the car up and then fold the windows down. 24 volts on the no. 24 volts on the Enterprise? No. So let me set those off to the side. What I actually need right now. Here's their version of how to tape things down. Wait a minute. They never do that. That's very interesting. Unless I missed them. I'm looking at the book right now, guys. They never do that. Unless I missed them. I did. Holy moly. IP, EM, I might be calling up Eagle Moss because I'm missing some screws. Don't have 13 JPs. Just double checking all the parts I have. There's my 13 JPs stuck to the bottom of the magnet. That's a wonderful thing. So let me go back over here. So I got the EMs, I got IPs, JPs, and I need 2 QMs. I happen to have 2 QMs from earlier. Hey Kelly, sorry I was looking for screws. Just double check one last time and make sure they're not in here somewhere. Okay, let me get this back out and keep touching all over the Kenny's in Florida, so you're on vacation. Yeah, that makes sense. So let me see if I can get these wires separated out. I did a number on the wires. They've got hot glue all over them. That's got to be a little bit odd when you guys are in 2 different states watching the same video. Now, I don't think the HLI board will quite suffice for this. Although it is right there. No, what I might try and do is run my test leads into the battery box. I'm going to have to read which direction each set of these wires are supposed to go, because they are spaghetti. This is the brain of the car, I'm pretty sure. It's nice that they did do it the way they did, that they put the hot glue over top of the wires, because that way you won't inadvertently rip them off while you're trying to straighten out the wires. Oh, nice. It does not tell you which direction to have the wires go out, although it does show the red and black wire. This one here, it shows coming from here, shows this wire here coming from here so that this one can connect to it. So it should go in something like that. I hear that she is president of my fan club. I have a fan club? That's awesome. Yeah, I know. White noise. They just call me white noise, man. I'm okay with that. But I do have to say, I must be doing something right, Eric, because among other people, you keep coming back. All right. Put the EM screws in there. Get 4 of them out so I can lock the board down. After a few years, the magnetism on these screwdrivers starts to wear off. So let me see if I can find. I want to go for the most difficult one first. I think. What contracts? We has no contracts. Let me try this again. I had it felt like it was threaded, but it wasn't. It came out. There, that's it. Let me double check. That would help a lot. So, oh, and that was dumbass. Dumbass move. Shit. Where went my PG rating, by the way? So, EM and EP screws are not the same. And I just put my EM screws into the EP box, which is going to make life interesting for a while. It's okay. Neither do I. I just do it because it's fun. So they're slightly bigger. Let me see if I can identify them out of here. There's one. I even pointed out earlier that the EM and EPs are different. I found one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these away. And shooting for 16 16-hour live stream. Not sure if I'll make that. Yeah, can't be any worse than the rest of us. Can't be any worse than the Sunday streams. Make sure. Okay, those are all in there. You wouldn't lose subscribers, Kelly. I know that most of us in HLI who've seen you pop up on Kenny's streams would sit there and watch anything you do. I mean, you've subbed in for him a few times when he stepped away. And we always sit there and listen. Actually, we sit there and listen. We chat with you. See? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying exact same thing that Kenny just said. Is that? Yay! Okay, after using the wrong screws, figuring that out, I now have the right screws. Okay, where? I could have sworn I had a screw. Oh, there it is. It fell off. I'm sitting here screwing in the hole. Yep. Yeah. Hey, listen to me. Going on and on and on, and people are sleeping out there now. Okay, back on track. Get this PCB board down. Of course, it's not a PCB board, it's a PCB. Get that one in there. Of course, that hot glue is blocking the hole. Could be a board PCB. Only one time. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. Yes, have a good one, Kelly. It was nice of you to stop in. Try this one more time. That's better. Of course, since I ended up with the wrong screws, I ended up coming back to the hardest one second to last, instead of doing it first like I planned to. It's like a train wreck, guys. You keep coming back and you can't look away just in case I do it again. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, okay. I didn't catch that Kenny was leaving. Must be trying to get these screws in too hard. Come on. Something is not right because this thing is not straight, and it should be. Positive it should be. That's because that screw over there was not actually in. Okay. Come on. Get these screws back out of here. It's going to take 3 years. Well, I'm already a year into this build. It's going to take 3 years because that's how long it takes to get all the kits. Clean that extra spot off. There's my red and black wire, which was my identifying wire for which side goes where. Okay, that's threaded on. If I can get two of them to actually be in the right place. Nope, that fell off. That cannot be the right direction. That can't be the right direction because none of the other holes are lining up. Once I get one in. Maybe. think I was 90 degrees out. Yeah, the reason this one's going to take 3 years. Nope, I missed there. No, I missed on that one too. The reason this is going to take 3 years is it's 141 issues. And 4 issues at a time. Or 141 stages and 4 stages at a time is what we get. I can't get the screw out. I can't do anything with it. Yes, he can, but no, he can't. I won't let him. Okay. Now it's time to get serious. Because this is just not lining up right. And you can see I'm chewing up the top of the lugs for the screws. So let me see if I can shed some light on here by putting on my headlight. So that one's back over where I had it before. That should line up. Should being the operative word. What you need to do, Eric, is take a little Ecto. For a dial. See how much better that works if I put the light in there to where I can actually see what I'm doing? This one is not going to play nice. That's not right. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. I'm getting frustrated as well. Because this should line up perfect, and they could have given really better just directions on how this goes on here. Based on what I'm seeing, though, that is the correct position. For this to go. Every time I get it close to looking like a second screw is going to go in, it goes a little bit out of sync. It should be in here square, I think. And it's not. I think they just have these holes drilled really badly. May have to go online and look and see what other people say about installing this flipping board. I know this one's in wrong. I'm tempted. I am very tempted, guys. At this point, if I get 2, preferably 3, go with 2. If I can get this one back out. Let's see. Pardon me. Had to burp. Let me see if I can get these 2 to tighten down completely. That one's down. I'm going to call 2 good. Okay, we're going to go with 2 good on that. I tell you, some of these things will drive you to drink, man. Okay. So it then says to take, once you spend an hour and a half fighting with this one, take the wires that are labeled A and hook them together. This is the battery box, and here's the power switch right here. And of course, it's out of screen. This here's the power switch here. Battery box is in here where I don't have enough batteries for it. Okay, but that's in. And then take what am I stepping on? Imagine that, guys. I found that screw from earlier. Let's take the speaker. That's a weak little speaker, I expect. I hope it sounds... I hope it's decently powerful for what you're gonna... Well, what I would expect out of this car. Okay, it's actually got a little bit of space for reverb in there. 2 QM screws, and this goes face down like this. Like I said, fortunately, I have from earlier 2 leftover QMs. Actually, this isn't the screw that I dropped earlier. Very interesting, because I just found a second one. These are my 2 QM screws that were supposed to come in a little bag in this issue, or this stage. And there was no little bag. There were just 2 screws that ended up on the floor. Both of these are threaded, so let me go ahead and tighten one and the other, and then the other down all the way. I'm switching to this screwdriver because it fits the heads better. There's that one. And that one. And that speaker is in there and not going to go anywhere. So let me put these QMs back. And then plug I here. I'm going to run it under the power cable. Plug I goes to the speaker, which is also plug I. Come on. Ah, there we go. So it says these wires and these wires, basically the left and right wire harnesses, let me push that down, come out the side of the vehicle. Interestingly enough, in the pictures, these wires don't even exist. Which is very critical the way they've got it, because this is where the wires are going to where they're going to stay permanently. And it does not say which wires are which. Because it's supposed to have a batch of wires, 2 batches of wires here, running out of the front. They're supposed to be, according to the picture, no wires here. Actually, looking to see. This picture is, the picture in the book is really, really terrible because it doesn't show you, but just based, it doesn't show really well where the wires are coming from and going to, but based on the length of the wires, these ones all go to the front, and these ones all have to come out the side. Let's see. My concern is that these are going to end up being too short, or some of them. There's one here that's hiding. But I have short wires coming from all three sides that have wires coming off of them, so I'm going to punt. Push the wires down here. Okay. So these tape strips that are not going to work very well. They're going to hold for a while, but then they're going to come loose by the time the build goes further. Well, no, actually on the DeLorean that happened. On this, I'm about to attach the body of the car, so that's not gonna, or that, not the body, but the interior is gonna attach shortly, so it's not gonna have time to come loose. Basically, I'm going back here to hold these power wires in place. Hopefully, I got 2 screw holes here. That should be fine. Then it says to group these together. All these long ones, and they've learned because they were using little tape dots on the DeLorean, and they were not near as big as this is, and I've just folded one over on top of it, so damn it. They were using little tape dots that fell off pretty quickly. Grab these. And it shows them clustered down into here as flat as possible. And then again, screw holes possibly there. We'll go right about there to here. So trying to avoid anywhere where I might end up putting a wire that it's going to end up either blocking a screw or getting a screw through it. Where did I put it? There's the interior. I'm sitting here looking for the interior. So I've got to very carefully thread the steering column through this entire steering column. It just missed on one spot. There we go. Come on. There we go. Make sure I don't have any lost wires up here. And I do. I've got a couple of them. Maybe it's only one. There. That actually fit on there pretty well. Could hot glue it, but the thing is, this is a really thin area where these wires are coming through. I don't want to end up having to fight with the hot glue to put the chassis down. And it says 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It looks like 12. Let's see. Front, 4 through 5 through rear chassis. It says to turn it over. This is where they do have me doing things that make me really uncomfortable. Oof. Although better than what it was when the steering column here was all that was sticking out and it said to turn it over. That really made me uncomfortable. Shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be anything that can get broken. So a bunch of JP screws. And I'm going to follow along here. So there's one here. I apologize if I get out of frame. I don't want to drag the car while it's upside down. And I need my headlight again. I cannot see the screw. Okay, actually that one fell down onto the lug. Matching one. Just double check. Okay, matching one is not in the exact same spot. Matching one over here on this side. And that one caught right off the bat. There, is that better? They were off kilter. They're steerable. Oh, I see what you're saying. They're toe in and toe out. I don't know. Maybe it'll straighten itself out. Come on. There's 3. Where are you at, number 4? Number 4 is where I can't see it, right here behind the muffler. There's number 5. Number 6. Hang on. Got 6 up there. Okay. Number 7. Number 8 looks identical on the opposite side. My rear tires are dirty. This time I'm gonna go damn it. When did that happen? I just noticed something that is not where it's supposed to be. So give me a second. There's a pin here that's supposed to go through a hole on this bracket. Take it off the shock as well. A little bit off the shock, I should. I think this would be in a regular car a sway brace. And they're both just hanging out like they're not supposed to be there. Since I know I'm going to have to do both of them, a little bit at least. Not quite enough yet. Oh shit. Did not see where that screw fell to. Oh, good. It was attached to the screwdriver. Not sure if you guys saw what just happened, but my whole rear axle just fell. That's okay. I was able to pull it back up and reattach it. Tighten that shock back up. Okay, back to where I was. 6, 7, 8. 9 and 10. Somewhere. There they are. Deep, dark recesses underneath, actually underneath the axle. That's not too bad. That one's not catching. It's not too bad, Kelly. These things, the number of screws there are in here, if I didn't have problems with a few of them, I'd be shocked. Not sure if that one's caught or not. I know this one has not. It's a really bad angle that they've got screwing it into. Unless the lug on the other side is the same. Feels like a caught. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And if 9 and 10 are not caught, I'm not going to be too concerned because 11 and 12 and 13 are going to be actually holding it down. If I can get them to thread. Let me gently, ever so gently, move this forward so you guys can actually see. Let me see. these two back out if I can. 'Cause I think they're not caught, but what they're doing is they're blocking it from actually getting in the right spot. To be honest, the most frustrating parts of the builds like this are what I enjoy. There's something about when I'm doing this stuff, when I work through it and get it to actually fit right, Kelly, it's very satisfying to finally get it when it fits. Yeah, we got some patience there, Crash, because you had to put it together in the first place. These three I'm going to tighten all the way down. Then I'll go back, tighten everything else up, and hopefully that'll line up those last two in the middle there. And Kelly, I agree that modelers have to have patience, but teachers have to have just as much patience, if not more. Because I know there are some kids out there that are just terrible to deal with. Most of them are good kids, but they're not all good kids. Okay, here's all of them, but those last two that are right underneath this axle are now tightened down. Either those are going to fit or they're not. If they're not, I'm not going to sweat it. As I expected, that's too big. As I expected, by tightening everything else up, yes, we call it calming. You wouldn't kill them much, just until they were dead there, Eric. But as I expected, these are now, where's that hole? The batteries are going dead in my headlight. But by tightening everything else up, it pulled the plastic to where these needed to be so that I could actually put them in. So let me put these keys away. Turn this heavy thing back over. Ow, 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 ow. There are some metal parts, and they do bite. Two IP screws. Oh, yay. So all of these here are in the wrong spot. All these wires here. Exactly. And see, that's the thing. You call them your kids because that, to you, they are your kids. For a few hours a day. And most of us modelers would do like Eric expressed. We would kill him. We'd kill him 2 or 3 times. There we go. That's better. I should have known that they didn't come out like that. It's kind of like my troops when I was a first sergeant. There's no such thing as a bad airman. There's just bad supervision and bad choices that the airmen have made. Well, found another screw, and I found the QM package. Cut open, so it was over where I cut the packaging open. My fault, not Evil Moss's, for once. So this bundle of harnesses will now go out here. There's the JP. Had a little envelope screws. There they are. Take that light back off. Need 2 IP screws. It doesn't surprise me. It can be very frustrating dealing with young adults when they won't listen. Actually, I can't remember what grades you teach. I believe you teach like junior high or high school. But kids can be frustrating, especially other people's kids when you can't discipline them. No, I mean slap them. You're not allowed to slap other people's kids. You go to jail for that. And for the most part, you're not allowed to slap your own kids either. But you can get away with that a little bit better. Junior high. So yeah, you've got kids that are just starting into their adult years, and they can be very trying. Because about that age is when they start knowing everything. And it's not until they're like 19 or 20 that they start realizing that they don't know everything, and maybe mom and dad have a good idea of what's going on in the world. So I'm going to tilt this up on its side because I can't actually see up underneath here. And I'm going to put one screw in here first. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this across here. And this is something I learned on the DeLorean, to lay your screws in where you can actually get them started on one side. That's not on there. Or lay your brackets in there so you can start it on one side like this. Caught in there. Now I can push that cross member out of the way and lay these wires back in here. Bring it back across. Once it's across to the other side, back across the wires, you can then push this down here and get this screw into the other lug. I've had mothers say, slap him if he starts, and I'm like, no, can't do that. Yeah. I don't think slapping was ever really okay. But corporal punishment was alive and well when we were kids. And the thing is that the one time you slap one of the kids that the mother said, go ahead and slap him when he gets out of line, that's going to be the time that somebody's like, I didn't mean that. I'm taking you to court. So now this should line up. Let me see, I've got F here, which is a gray wire, and F here. Let's see, where is H? Actually, I think I know where, yeah, D is blue-green, D here. Let's slide this up underneath the other ones. Plug it in. H is in. H is red and white. That's why I can't find it. It's way down here, this little short one. And H here goes this way. Also, Eric, readdressing the hot glue. There's no reason to hot glue the, trying to put this in backwards, the wires down, because you see how quickly after I put the glue or tape the wires down, I then cover them up, and I'm not going to have to worry about them being in the way anymore. When I get to this point, when I put a fender on, it might be a tight fit for the let's see. Sorry. They had a paddle in the principal's office in my elementary school, I think, when I first started school. But by the time I reached like 6th grade, that was gone. C to C, or is it C to shining C? And the last one is B. It is gray and gray, and here is B, gray and gray. And so those are all done. I'm just going to tuck them in there. And so what's left over from this pack, or this stage, is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wires, and they're gonna hook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't tell you to hook them up there, but I know that's where they're gonna go. And it is 8:10. Actually, no, we made a 3-hour stream one time. I'm gonna call this good. Let me see, what did you just say? Yeah, the interior holds it in. Part of the problem, and I hope don't. Let me move my mouse. Teach accountability. Yeah, exactly. Nothing is ever their fault. So true. Everybody's a winner these days. So, but back to what I was saying. This is where we're going to leave the Ecto for tonight. Might do something more this week. If I do something more this week, Donnie, what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to finish the Ecto, and then I'm going to pause and start a second live stream, because I don't like to have my live streams run into each other, my videos run into each other. So if I do a second live stream this week, it's going to actually be 3. It's going to be a live stream to finish the Ecto, and then a live stream to finish the the Enterprise. I can stop anytime I want to. So, did a lot. The car looks fantastic to me. I love the way it's coming together. There's a few spots here and there that, I've got to like some of the wires that I got to tweak, but I love how this thing is coming together. I love the look of it. And unfortunately, since I don't have AAAs, I couldn't, if I'd have gone further, I couldn't do the test. That's what the next stage is all about, is hooking up a few more wires and then testing all the lights that are in there so far. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, if you did and you're not subscribed, please subscribe, give it a like. I have a blast doing this. Likes and subscribes are all kind of just additional stuff. Sorry, I'm staring down at the model and playing with it while I'm talking. But they're all additional stuff. I'm going to do this regardless of whether you guys like and subscribe. I have a good time doing this. I have a blast with the chat. Hope you enjoyed it. Glad you were able to make it, Kelly. Give Kenny hell for us. And everybody have a great evening. And I'll maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, I will... It is? Okay, fine. It's your stream, Donnie. It'll be, like I said, it'll be maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. It'll be sometime in the next few days that I finish up this issue of the Ecto and the current issue on the Enterprise. So, have a great evening, and I will talk to you later.